My name is Sarah Wozniak, and this is week 2 of our histology lab. I have a couple of notes here on my cue cards. I've memorized most of the information, so the first tissue is the muscle tissue. The main function of it is obviously movement. It's what helps us in keeping our body upright, supporting our body. It's for maintaining posture and body position. On the muscle tissue, their striated muscle is either smooth, skeletal, or cardiac in structure. Skeletal muscles vary in shape and size and arrangement of fibers. They can be all different. Some of the places that you'll find muscle tissue are in the walls of the heart. These are muscle tissues that are contracting constantly. They're attached to bones, and this makes up roughly half of the human body. Another tissue that we have to look over is the connective tissue, and its function is basically providing a medium for oxygen and nutrients. It diffuses from capillaries to cells and carbon dioxide, and ultimately prevents waste from getting back into circulation. It protects organs from stretching. You hear people say they pulled a ligament or a tendon, they pulled it, stretched it, tore it even. This is the connective fiber that they're talking about, connective tissue, sorry. So the structure is fibrous. It's an elastic and collagenous. It's ground substance in cells, so it's basically can stretch like a rubber band. The location would be in between other tissues everywhere in the body. It would include all forms, like I said, tendons and ligaments, also found in fibrous membrane coverings, like in some of the coverings of bones, parts of cartilage, nerve fibers, and muscle fibers. Epithelial tissue is found in a lot of places. It's in the skin, it's in the lining of the blood lymphatic vessels, our specialized form of epithelium. It's common in the mouth, the alveoli of the lungs, and the tubules of the kidneys. Let's see, the function, yes. So the basic function of the epithelial tissue is secretion. It has selective absorption, like when we use moisturizers or sunblocks, it absorbs that. It has protection, transcellular transport, and sensing. The structures are tightly packed layers. You just see layers, constant layers. They almost have no intercellular space. The epithelia is usually separated from underlying tissues by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. So they're like this, and they're just stacked. And then in between each cell, there's like hardly any space, but there's a fibrous membrane that separates them. Nervous tissue. So the function of nervous tissue is in the central processing center, the CNS, and it's for stimuli. The structures are different types of cells, all of which have axons. They're long, stem-like part of the cell that sends action signals to the next cell. It's a communicative cell. Consists of nerve cells called neurons and neuroglia. The location is all over the body. Usually common areas that you would find in the nervous system, like gray matter, white matter, found in peripheral nerves and the central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord. So a lot of these tissues, there's 4 of them, but a lot of them I've used like meat. When we're cutting meat or chicken or steak, we'll see like fibrous tissues, connective tissues in chicken where the meat is connected to the joint of the bone. Many of them are common to the human body, and they're the same structures, have the same cell. Obviously we don't look at them under a microscope, but it is common to see the same structures. So this was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the structures and the cells, and that's my lab. Thanks.